what it shows is, three pretty distinct peaks. One occurs around the time of the 1850s, 1860s, around the time of the American Civil War that we all know about. There also is a peak, not as large, around the 1950s and 1960s, around the time of the after JFK's assassination and RFK's assassination, and the 1960s and the American Civil Rights Movement. And then there is a pretty large incidence that's occurring right now in the 2020 to 2025. And this chart was pretty eerie to me from the perspective of where we are at a large scale, when we have a large time horizon for where we are. When I look at a chart like that, I think about a book that some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not be familiar with. It's from William Strauss and Neil Howe, and it's called The Fourth Turning. And in The Fourth Turning, there's a discussion around 4 distinct secula, or phases, that occur in American history, and to a large extent Western history or global history, that are really cyclical in nature. Those secula include first a high, where there is structure and order and a society that's developing with institutions and so forth, and there is rule and order. And then after that phase, there's what's called the awakening, where there are individuals who look at the institutions order that exists, see things that they don't like, and raise concerns regarding it. There is a third phase, which is called the unraveling, where these institutions that have been criticized during the awakening start to weaken in terms of their strength, and a sense of individualism rises. And then fourth, there is a crisis, where everything breaks down, and this sets up the next high that will develop.